What if there was a simple, in-demand service you could offer that not only helps you stand out, but also brings in consistent monthly income, even if you're just getting started? That's exactly what reputation management can do for you. This is one of the fastest ways to deliver results to clients and grow your business at the same time. Whether you're launching your first agency or already have a few clients, reputation management is a powerful service that builds trust, attracts more customers, and improves a business's online presence. The reality is, almost every customer checks reviews before making a decision, whether it's hiring a service, buying a product, or booking a table at a restaurant. But the problem? Most small businesses aren't actively managing their reviews. They're not asking for them, not replying to them, and they're definitely not being strategic about how those reviews show up publicly. Now, just to be clear, this isn't about deleting or hiding negative reviews. What we're building is a smart, automated system that gives happy customers a gentle nudge to leave a public review, while directing negative feedback privately to the business. That way, the business gets a real chance to learn, improve, and respond, without having their reputation take a hit online. That's where you come in. With Go HighLevel, managing reputation becomes simple. Most of the work is automated, so you're offering a valuable service that runs in the background, while you focus on growing your agency. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to set up reputation management inside Go HighLevel, and how you can offer it to clients as a plug-and-play service. You'll see how this can be your perfect foot-in-the-door offer, and how to turn it into a recurring revenue stream. All right, let's dive into how to set up reputation management with Go HighLevel. First things first, reputation management is huge, especially with Google reviews. A lot of businesses aren't doing enough to collect positive reviews, they're not addressing negative reviews properly, and they're not following up on feedback. This is where Go HighLevel comes in to help you automate all that. And we're going to walk through exactly how to set it up. So, to get started, the first thing you need to do is go to your settings in Go HighLevel. From there, head to integrations. You'll see the option to sign in with Google, so click that. Once you sign in with your Google account, it'll prompt you to connect your Google My Business profile. If you're doing this for a client, you'll need to make sure they have a Google My Business account set up beforehand. If they don't have one, you can offer that as an additional service. After you've connected everything, you'll be ready to start collecting reviews directly through Google. This will help your business, or your clients, show up higher on Google Maps and in local search results, which ultimately drives more customers to the business. Now that you're connected, click on Go Back. From the left-hand panel, select Reputation section. Click on Settings inside the Reputation tab, and then you'll see the settings where we can configure everything. The first thing you'll want to do is set up the review AI. A lot of businesses fail to respond to reviews because they either don't have the time or just forget. With Go HighLevel, we can automate that process using AI. So, to set this up, click on Reviews AI from the menu. Then, enable the Auto Responses option by toggling it on. This allows the AI to automatically send review responses. You can configure the star ratings you want to respond to within the Reviews AI Agents settings. You can also set a wait time before the AI sends out a response. For example, you might want it to wait about 14 minutes before sending a thank you message. This makes it look more natural rather than like an immediate robotic response. Now let's move to the next step, which is setting up your review link. Once you've connected your Google My Business account, go to the section where you'll see your business page. Ensure that your business page is selected, because this is the link that will be used when you send out review requests. This link is crucial because it makes it super easy for clients to leave feedback, and it will help you build up positive reviews over time. Next, let's move on to SMS review requests. This is where we'll make sure that the SMS review request feature is turned on and set up correctly. What you want to do here is ensure that you've got a thoughtful message in place. As you can see in this example, I've written a simple message saying, "Thanks for the feedback." This is because we're gating the reviews. Remember, we don't want negative reviews coming in, so we're only asking for a review if the customer has already given us a 4 or 5 star rating. When a customer gives us a good review, The message we send should make sense in that context. So, after they've rated us positively, we follow up with a thank you message, then ask them to leave a Google review. It's all about making the process smooth and natural. Once you've crafted your message, just make sure that everything is set up and ready to go. Now let's talk about email review requests. While you can use email to request reviews, I don't recommend it in most cases. The reality is, emails often get missed, and people don't always follow through on them. Instead, you want to focus on SMS because it has a much higher engagement rate. In fact, SMS has a 99% open rate. We all know that when we get a text notification, we immediately check it to see what it is. That's why SMS is such a powerful tool for review requests. So, make sure you're using the SMS feature to get the best results with review requests. Next, let's talk about the reviews QR code. If you're working with a brick and mortar store or a local business, you can create a custom QR code that will make it super easy for customers to leave reviews. You can print this QR code out, stick it on a plaque, and have it available in-store. It's a small but powerful way to add value to the service you're providing. Customers can simply scan the code and leave a review on the spot, and this can help you collect reviews right in the store. Now let's move on to spam reviews, and trust me, this is a big one. Businesses often get spammed with fake reviews, especially on platforms like Facebook and Google. We don't want those fake reviews affecting the reputation of your business or your client's business. So, with HighLevel, we can set it up to automatically detect whether a review is spam or not. When it detects a spam review, it will prevent it from being posted to Google. This ensures that only real, authentic feedback is being shown on your profile. Once you've set up spam detection, go ahead and click Save to confirm your settings. Now we've covered the basics of reputation management setup, but let's take it a step further. I want to show you how to gate your review requests. To do that, we'll head over to Automation. When you click on Automation, you'll see a workflow list. From here, you'll have the option to create a new workflow. So go ahead and click on that, and then select Start from Scratch from the drop-down. Now we're about to create an automated system within the workflow. If you'd like to follow along and create your own automated reputation management system, feel free to do so. But don't worry if you're not sure where to start. I'll be providing a link where you can get everything you need. By signing up through this link, you'll get access to a 14-day free trial of HighLevel. Plus, I'll provide you with a snapshot of the pre-built workflow we're setting up today. You'll also get access to all my valuable resources to make setting up your system even easier. So, check the link in the description, sign up, and you'll be able to grab the snapshot and everything else you need to automate your reputation management with HighLevel. Once we're inside the workflow editor, I'm going to go ahead and rename this workflow. I'll call it Send Review Requests 4 to 5 stars, just so we can stay organized and clear about what this automation is doing. After renaming, I'll click on Add a New Trigger, and from the trigger options, I'm selecting Contact Tag. That's the one that's going to initiate the workflow whenever a specific tag is applied to a contact. Once I've got that selected, I just scroll down and click Save Trigger at the bottom right. Now we're going to start building out the flow. I'll click on the plus icon to add a new action, and this time I'm choosing Wait. From the list, I scroll down, select Wait, and now I'll rename this action to Wait for 1 day. Make sure that under the Wait options, Time Delay is selected. Then, change the time unit from minutes to days, and set the value to 1 day. That way, the system will wait for a full day before moving on to the next step. Once that's set, I click on Save Action. Next, I'll hit the plus icon again and add an SMS action. I'm selecting SMS and I'm renaming it to something more meaningful. Let's call it Review SMS. Inside the SMS message, I've already prepared some text. It says, "Hey, it's XYZ from XYZ Company, and we're always looking to improve." The message goes on to ask the customer for feedback and to rate our service from 1 to 5 stars. This is the message that's actually going to be sent out to our users. Once the message is pasted in, I just click Save Action. Now, after sending the SMS, I want the system to wait for a reply. So again, I click on the plus icon, scroll down, and select another Wait action. This time, I'm going to rename it to Wait for Reply. But here's the important part. We're not using a time delay this time. Instead, I click on the drop-down under wait type and select contact reply. Then, under reply to, I choose review SMS, which is the message we just sent. That tells the system to wait until the contact actually responds to that specific message. And once I've got all that set up, I click Save Action. Now we're going to set up the condition that filters out the type of response we get from the user. So I'll go ahead and click the plus icon again. And this time, I'm going to select the condition action. This part is really important because it's going to help us separate users based on how they've rated us, whether it's 4 to 5 stars, 1 to 3 stars, or if they haven't responded at all. Once the condition block opens, I'm going to leave the default action name as conditions. No need to rename it here. Now I'll scroll down to the branches section. This is where we build the logic. Under the first branch, I'm going to rename it to 4 to 5 stars, since this will handle all the users who leave a positive review. Next, at the bottom of that branch, I'll click on Select to build the condition. From the drop-down that appears, I'm going to choose Contact Reply. Once I click that, it'll ask me whether I want to set the condition based on the contact's reply message or their intent type. I'll go ahead and select Replied Message, because we're filtering based on the actual content of their reply. Now for the operator, I'm going to click on Select Operator, and from the drop-down I'll choose Contains. That means this branch will trigger if the user's reply contains a certain number or word. On the right-hand side, a box will show up labeled Input. This is where I enter the value I want to match. So first I'm going to type in 4, just the number 4 in numeric form. Now I want to make sure that this condition also works if the user types in 5. So I'll change the logic from AND to OR, which allows either condition to work. Now a second input block appears under that OR condition. Again, I click on Select, choose Contact Reply, pick Replied Message, set the operator to Contains, and this time I'll type 5 into the input box. But I'm not done yet. I want to account for the possibility that the user might spell it out instead of using a number. So again, I select OR and repeat the steps. Choose Contact Reply, then Replied Message, select Contains, and this time I type 4 spelled out. And then again, or repeat the same process and enter 5 spelled out. This way, no matter how the user responds, whether it's a number or a word, we're covered. Once all these reply conditions are in place, I just click Save Action. And now our condition for 4 to 5 star replies is fully set up. So now, as you can see, our first branch labeled 4 to 5 stars has been successfully created. But we're not stopping there. We also want to handle users who give us lower ratings, specifically from 1 to 3 stars. So let's go ahead and set that up. To do that, I'm going to click on the 4 to 5 stars action. And from here, I'll select the option that says Add Branch. As soon as I click that, a new branch appears below. I'm going to rename this branch to 1 to 3 stars because that's exactly what this condition is going to cover. Now I'll scroll down to the bottom where it says Select. Just like before, I'm going to click on it and choose Contact Reply from the drop-down. Then I'm going to select Replied Message, since again, we're basing the logic on the actual message the user sends. Next up, I'm going to click on Select Operator and choose Contains. In the input box that appears, I'm going to type 1, just the number in numeric form. Now this is important. Instead of using AND, I'm going to change the logic operator to OR because I want the condition to trigger if the reply contains any of the numbers 1, 2, or 3. So I repeat the steps. Select Contact Reply, choose Replied Message, set the operator to Contains, and this time enter 2. Again, hit OR, repeat the same process, and enter 3. But we're not done yet. Just like before, I also want to make sure this condition catches the text replies, where the numbers are spelled out. So I'll add another OR condition, choose Contact Reply, Replied Message, Contains, and now I'll type 1 spelled out. Repeat that again for 2 and 3. That way, If someone replies with something like, "I'd give it a 2," the system still catches it. Once I've set all of those up, I'll go ahead and click Save Action. Now let's clean things up a bit. You'll notice there's a third branch that appears by default, called None. This is basically the fallback route. It's where users will go if they haven't replied at all. So I'm going to click on the None branch, and I'll rename it to No Reply. Once that's done, I hit Save Action. Now that we've got our branches set up for 4 to 5 stars, 1 to 3 stars, and no reply, let's move one step further and define exactly what happens in each of these cases. Starting with the 4 to 5 stars branch, I'm going to click on the little plus icon underneath it to add a new action. From the Action menu, I'll choose Send Review Request. This is the action we want to use to encourage high-rating users to leave a public review. Now, before saving, there's an important setting to change. Make sure the review type is set to SMS. We don't want to use email or WhatsApp here. Once that's selected, go ahead and click Save Action. Perfect. Now let's move to the 1 to 3 stars branch. Again, I'll click on the plus icon beneath it, and this time choose the SMS action. Here, I'm going to write a simple and respectful message. Something like, "Thanks for your feedback." We're not sending a review request here because we don't want low ratings on our public profiles. Once the message is written, click Save Action. Now for the no reply branch, I'm going to do the same. Click the plus icon, then choose SMS. In the message field, I'll type something like, "Hey, just checking in. We'd love to hear your thoughts on your recent experience with us at Agency Accelerator. If you missed our earlier message, feel free to reply with a quick rating." Once the message is set, I'll hit Save Action, but we're not stopping there. Right under this SMS message, in the no reply path, I'm going to add a wait action. This wait will monitor if the customer responds. I'm going to the wait for reply action above, and then I'm going to click on the 3 dots on the right-hand side of it, and then from there, I'm going to click on Copy. And after clicking on Copy, I'm going to click on Copy Action. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come under the SMS tab, and here I'm going to click on Copy here, and it will copy the wait for reply action here. Once that's in place, I'll click the plus icon again under the wait action, and this time choose the if-else condition. I'll rename the condition to something more descriptive, like contact reply. Then I'll click on Select, choose contact reply, and from the operator on the right, I'll choose True. That means this condition will only move forward if the contact replies. Now we'll see 2 branches, one named Contact Reply and another called None. I'll rename the None branch to Timeout, since it represents users who still haven't replied after the second message. Once done, I'll click Save Action. Now comes the smart part. Since we already built a full condition flow earlier with branches for 4 to 5 stars, 1 to 3 stars, and no reply, we don't need to rebuild all of that. Instead, I'll scroll up to my earlier condition block, click on the 3 dots next to the action, and choose Copy. Then, from the pop-up, I'll select Copy All Actions. Next, I'll scroll back down to the Contact Reply branch under our new if-else condition and click Copy here. Just like that, the whole logic gets copied. At this point, I have 2 sets of no reply follow-ups, so I don't need the earlier one anymore. I'll go ahead and delete the first SMS and wait branches under no reply by clicking the 3 dots next to each and selecting Delete Branch. Or you can delete all of them collectively by clicking on Delete All Actions from here. And that's it. Now we've built a smart responsive flow that adapts based on user feedback, handles replies, and even re-engages non-responders. Everything's organized and ready to go. All right, so here's a quick recap of what this automation workflow actually does. When a user is asked to rate their experience, the system checks their response. If they reply with 4 or 5 stars, whether it's in number or word form, they'll automatically get a review request via SMS, inviting them to leave a positive review on Google. If they give 1 to 3 stars, they'll simply receive a polite thank you message via SMS. We're not asking them for a public review here, just showing appreciation without risking a negative rating online. Now, if the user doesn't respond at all, we've got that covered too. The system sends a gentle follow-up SMS, just checking in and reminding them to share their thoughts if they haven't already. After that message, the workflow waits for a reply. If they do respond, the system repeats the same logic, checks if it's a 4 to 5, 1 to 3, or still no response, and takes the appropriate action again. And if there's still no reply, the system simply tags it as a timeout. And that's it. That's how you set up review automation inside Go HighLevel, step by step, clean, and powerful. With the system in place, you're not just collecting reviews. You're doing it smartly, filtering responses, protecting your brand, and building real trust with your customers on autopilot. If you found this helpful and you're ready to start building your own automated reputation system, make sure to check the link in the description. You'll get a 14-day free trial of Go HighLevel, plus access to the exact snapshot we used in this tutorial, along with all the resources to help you hit the ground running.